What's up, everybody? My name's Alex. I'm with WMD. We're out of Denver, Colorado, here at the NAMM Show with Synthtopia. Just showing off all of our new stuff. We've got pretty much like one new module that we're really excited about, so that's what we're showing mostly here. It's called the Fracture. It's an 8 HP percussion synthesizer module. It basically is started out with the idea of we wanted to make claps and 2 and 4 kind of sounds. And when we started doing claps, we were like, okay, let's make something that can do the 808, but why don't we do something that can like make applause or do, sound a little bit more like humans in a room. So what we ended up was this module. It's a granular synthesis engine similar to the Chimera, but it's a completely different engine and a completely different sample set. And it starts out with single impulses, so just snaps, claps, drumsticks, hitting each other, side sticks on drums, stuff like that. And it plays them back in a group, and when you hit it as a trigger, it'll play a group of samples back and pitch them. It'll assign each one a random pitch and then create a burst. So we're calling each sample, we're calling a particle, and then the burst we're just calling a particle burst. So I'll show you what it sounds like by bringing it up here. So as you can hear, right now we've got like a pretty simple sounding 808 kind of ish clap. I can bring up the decay. Just make more people in the room, all the way into a big thing. I can also decrease the amount of people. So right here we've just got one or two people. And then we've got a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but a few people just not really good at clapping together. That was one thing that was really important to me, is how can we make our modules sound like sloppy people? So we turn up the density, and then that's when we get into that more drum machine range. And then it's got a filter over the top of it, just like an 808, so you can kind of say where it's gonna be. And then in the middle, it's pitch and filter. So you can get into this weird territory down here, all the way back up. And then the last one is an emphasis filter. It just makes it a little bit more punchy. And then with the spread knob, it basically says how wide those the pitches that can be assigned, like how wide of a range it is. So the best way to hear that is to turn down the amount of people and turn the decay up. And, oh, I'm hitting the wrong one. So it's all the same pitch, but then when we get up here, it's a little bit more diverse. And then one of the exciting features is the tick input. And so that just triggers, it's another trigger input, and it triggers one impulse at a time, so one particle at a time. And if the spread's all the way down, it's just gonna be the same pitch. Spreads up, every time you hit that trigger, it's gonna be a new pitch. So if I plug that in, it sounds like this. So now you've got pitter patter on top of your claps, all coming from one module. And with the random pitch up, it adds a lot of depth and texture to the music. And then you can, just like the Chimera, you can change different frequencies or different surfaces. So this is drumsticks hitting each other. This is like my favorite one. And then this is scissors, which I thought was kind of cool. This is like forks and knives hitting each other. And then over here, this is ping pong balls. And then one other thing that it's got reverb at the end. So we've got room reverb, give it a little bit more depth. And then we've got hall. And then of course you can CV any one of these parameters. So you can give it the freeze kind of treatment. And so that, along with our Chimera, which is the tambourine kind of sounds, we can put this into tambourine shaker mode. Throw in our kick drum. And then our claps in. Add that pitter patter back in. And it just adds a lot of character to the drums of your entire mix. And then just for fun, I could throw in our bass line. I think which is from this other system, so I'll just get it sounding right. So that's kind of the patch we've been showing off today. WMD right now, we're just really focused on creating an entire production within the box. Just trying to make it as fun to play inside of the modular alone as we can possibly do. And so that's where the Fracture's at. You can also do like voltage controlled applause. You can basically turn it into just an oscillator. And so you can make a lot more sounds to just people clapping in a room, but it's kind of cool to hear. It almost sounds, you can make sounds with the ping pong balls, like a bunch of ping pong balls falling out of a truck or something like that. So just kind of like, just some silly stuff that you can do besides the claps. It just makes it a little bit more diverse of sound. So Fracture, it will be available in March. We're currently building them. We'll be packing them very soon. And price is $269, just like the Chimera, which is already out. And then we're also showing the Geiger Counter Pro, and that's going to be available in February.